Hey guys, welcome back to Clash with Cory. Thanks for coming to hang out with me today for another Clash of Clans video. Today I've got some pretty cool attacks to show you. First, check out this screen right here. We got like a Gobo-Laloon. The bowlers are inside of the wall wrecker. You know, we don't see that very often at Town Hall 10 anymore with the wrecker, but the real crazy part about this attack is that clone spell. So check out how Martin is going to use this clone spell. It's pretty crazy, guys. I honestly don't think I've ever seen it before. So let's check this out and a few more right now.
Nerf this!
If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you take a second now to smash that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, because I'm making Clash of Clans videos for you guys every single day. So check out this composition, guys. Check out the clone spell. We're going to get this going real quick. But I also want to mention, stick around for the last attack. It's going to be an entirely different attack, but on the very last attack, the attacker's going to use a stone slammer in a way that I never would have thought to use it. So we're going to save that one for last. So check this out. We got golems coming down on the sides. They're tanking for the wall wrecker. They're tanking for the wizards. So the wizards can establish that funnel, and that wall wrecker can make it as far into that base as possible, trying to get that kill squad as deep as possible. The wall wrecker just finally started taking damage for the first time, and that was just from that multi-target inferno. Now the queen's damaging it, and she does quite a bit more damage, so that puts a dent in it. But now the king is out in front tanking for that wall wrecker. Check this out, guys. The queen is in behind, got his whole kill squad in there except for one golemite stuck on the outside of the wall. Now a heal and a rage. Gotta use the heal with the rage to keep those bowlers alive. And the clone spell, guys. The clone spell was used on the bowlers, so you can see the little cloned bowlers in there. They're healed, they're raged, they're doing a ton of damage, and look how much this base is taken out. Ton of this base is already taken out, and he's still got a LavaLoon portion to go. Granted, I think he only had 2 hounds and 16 loons, but when you take out that much of the base with the kill squad, 2 hounds and 16 loons will do the trick if you know how to LavaLoon, and Martin obviously does. Has hounds coming in, crossing over those splash defenses like the multi-target and the wizard tower, trying to pull any red bombs away from those areas, and tanking those little bit for the loons as well. Using those hastes to speed up the loons. Haste and loons go hand in hand. They're super powerful, but they're super slow, so when you use your haste right, they can really wreck a base. And there we go. Not much of this base left. We do have a wizard tower to end on, but luckily those loons broke up into 2 separate groups, so that wizard tower can only target one of those groups at once. Although it looks like that first group might have been enough to get it down all by itself. We got plenty of loons left over. We still got bowlers on the board, you guys, helping out with the cleanup. Both of the royals are still alive, you know, so cleanup not going to be an issue at all. This base is crushed. Guys, I've never used this. Not with the clone spell. Like, this is crazy. I would have never thought that. I was like, clone spell. Huh, wonder what he's gonna do with the clone spell. Press play, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's cloning the bowlers. This is pretty wild. And that's not the only example I have of that attack, guys. Our next example is going to be another one of the... I'm not going to say exact same thing, because this one doesn't have any bowlers. Check out the composition. It's a little bit different. All right, no golems whatsoever. We do have 1 giant in there, but we also have 23 loons. Last attack only had 16, and we got 3 hounds instead of the 2 the last attack had. So investing less in the kill squad and more in the LavaLoon portion of the attack, but the kill squad's still going to use up a ton of spell space, you guys. We still got a heal, a rage, and a clone spell going down on those bowlers. So, you know, taking a lot of spell support. Let's see how deep this push gets. I have a feeling, since there's no golems tanking, it's not going to get as deep as the last one, but hopefully, well, we already know it's going to get deep enough. You know, I don't pick 2-star attacks to show you guys most of the time, unless it's a fix that fail video. So we know it's going to be enough, but it's just interesting to see, you know, the different levels of what that kill squad can get. You know, also important to notice, bowlers are not always a good answer, guys. If you have some dead space in there, back behind where your kill squad's going to go, the bowlers are not going to be able to really bounce anything over there. So a lot of times, bowlers are not going to be your best option. But when you have a lot of tight group defenses, with no real, you know, big dead spaces separating it, a lot of times those bowler bounces are going to be worth the value. So got that heal down immediately, and the rage, and there comes the clone spell. Those clone bowlers over here targeting Wizard Tower right now. King's trying to break through that next level wall. Since he didn't have any golems, you know, the kill squad didn't make it as far, which is, you know, pretty reasonable. If you bring more troops, invest more in a kill squad. Holy moly, you guys. That kill squad still got a ton of value. Ton of value with no golems. Wow. Like, almost as much value as the last one. That's crazy. And he's got an extra hound. He had 5 extra loons, although I think he burned several of those just trying to make the funnel. And that's fine, guys. Invest as much as you need to make a good funnel. Because if you don't make a good funnel, your attack is doomed. So don't be afraid to invest heavily in a funnel. Funnel is everything. Everything, everything. Look at that freeze coming down on that multi-target Inferno, which is just key. I need to get better at using freezes on multi-target Infernos, obviously, because I see so many guys using them so effectively. I'm more likely to bring a heal, but you know what? A freeze is half the camp space. It's only 1 spell space. They're super versatile. Personally, I need to practice doing that to multi-target Infernos, because I see so many guys, just like Falcon here, using it so effectively to negate and lessen the damage from those multi-target Infernos onto the loons with only 1 spell space. So once again, we're ending out a Wizard Tower, which kind of sucks with loons, but those loons have a ton of health, and once again, they're in 2 separate groups. So even if that Wizard Tower would have taken out the whole first group, that second group would have been right behind, smashing through it. But once again, not going to be an issue. Way more than enough loons to get this done. You know, not as big a kill squad, so the kill squad did die out. It's going to be just pups, minions, and loons finishing it off with 1 random giant in there. Might have been a backside giant trying to tank that last Wizard Tower for the loons. I'm not 100% sure where it was deployed, but a lot of times that could be effective if the Wizard Tower is on the outside. So now, come down to this last attack, guys. I'll be honest with you, it's a completely different attack. But there's something that really stood out to me because I thought, man, I would have never thought to use the Stone Slammer that way. Check it out. It's going to be a Falcon attack by Snowflake on this base. Now, hold on. We're going to pause it real quick. The Stone Slammer, you can already see where it's getting played. That Stone Slammer is going to come in here and take out this cannon, this multi-target Inferno, and this Archer Tower before hopping back out of the base and dropping Valks to enter as part of the regular Falcon. Now, the reason it hops back out of the base, partially for that mortar, partially because of that sweeper pushing it out. So, I mean, it could not have gone more perfectly. But basically, the Falcon's going to enter in right here, which is just Valks, Bowlers, Queen, followed by some healers. And what happens if you try to run a Falcon next to a multi-target Inferno that can't be reached is it will melt all your healers. All right, and by the time you're in here, your healers are pretty well gone. So taking out these 3 defenses and is first of all going to create an excellent bulletproof funnel on that side. We got the Stone Slammer tank for Baby Dragon and a Wizard, just creating a rock solid funnel on that side to start, and also just really taking out that multi-target Inferno that otherwise would have just melted those healers. And if you lose your healers too early on a Falcon raid, it doesn't look good. You're generally only bringing 2 heals for the Valks and the Bowlers, and that's not enough to keep them up without support from the healers. Half the great part about those rages that's being used right now is, sure, it rages the Valks and the Bowlers and they tear through the base really fast, but it's also raging the healers. And when those healers are raged, they're cranking out so much healing power that those Valkyries and those Bowlers that it's targeting are basically invincible, you know, while those healers are being raged, because they crank out so much healing power. So on this, I mean, the raged troops tearing through the base is a lot of the power of the Falcon, but also the healing power of those 2 heals and those raged healers is just another complementary part that makes this attack tear up so many bases. So taking out that multi-target Inferno with the Stone Slammer before the attack even started created an excellent funnel and kept that multi-target from melting the healers. Just brilliant. I never would have thought of it. Never would have thought of it at all, but I'm glad Snowflake did because it was pretty brilliant. So troops are going to be enough to get this one wrecked. There was 5 back-end hogs, you know, and basically you're playing those when those back-end defenses are distracted by something else. They're distracted, they're being tanked by Valkyries, maybe they're locked onto your queen or something. You can sprinkle those back-end hogs or loons in while those defenses are busy targeting other troops, and then you can get a ton of value out of, you know, 5 hogs, 5 loons, something like that, if those defenses are already being tanked. Swag spells on this one too. There was a freeze swag, there was a queen ability swag, there was, I don't know, a couple of little cleanup troops that were swagged as well. So all around, beautiful hit, brilliant use of that Stone Slammer. I never would have thought of it, but hey, I will now. You know, I learned something. I learn something every time I make these videos. Every time I see something I never seen before or never would have thought of, and that's why I try to bring that kind of stuff to you guys. So if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and check out all the details below my videos. Bunch of resources for you in there, guys. I have links to all my social media that you'll see up at the top of the screen, including my Discord server, which is hands down best, fastest, easiest way to get a hold of me. And more importantly, WHF Family Recruiting Discord server. WHF Family is always recruiting max 12s, 11s, and 10s, especially right now. I believe we still need more max 11s, especially. So if that's you, hop in that recruiting Discord server, read the README, follow the directions, and I hope to see you guys in both those Discord servers. And either way, I'll see you in the next video.
Nerf this!